Hey guys, welcome back to the Route 281 podcast, your weekly look into the lives of the people that make Somerset County special. Today's guest is an entrepreneur. He's owned his own painting business since 2011. He is passionate about his health and his family, and he's a world champion Spartan obstacle course racer. His team, Little Giants, were featured on the NBC primetime show Spartan Ultimate Team Challenge. He has competed in hundreds of races across the U.S. Mr. Dustin Livengood. You know, one thing I've learned as a contractor is that I'm only as good as the materials I use or the people I work with. That's why I go to SDC Building Center in Somerset. They've got everything I need for my jobs, from framing lumber, trim, drywall, insulation, siding. No matter what I'm doing, they've got it. And if I've got a problem, they'll always help me find the best solution and track down the answers I'm looking for. So whether you're a contractor like me or a do-it-yourselfer, stop in and see the experts at SDC Building Center today. Today's episode is sponsored in part by SECHLER Insurance Group LLC, your independent local insurance agency, proudly serving Somerset County and the surrounding area since 1931. With offices located in Rockwood and Somerset, SECHLER Insurance Group specializes in home, auto, commercial, farm, life, and financial services. So stop by and see Scott and Jason for a personalized review of your insurance today. You're still doing it, correct?
Yes. Yeah. Still active.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna do this till I die.
Yeah.
Now, whether I can do it the level I'm at right now,
Your body says.
it tried.
Yeah.
It already tried to tell me to slow down a little bit, and I did.
Yeah.
But I can still compete. So
yeah.
I'm gonna compete as long as I can.
Okay. So is this like mostly on the East Coast?
Yes, I am now. Yeah.
You were competing across the country at
yes.
one point?
Actually, back in 2019, Spartan has a national series, which is a series race that you got to race 4 or 5 different races. And you get points on your placement and stuff. And then at the end of that series, in the age groups, wherever you place, whoever has the most points is the national champ of that age group. So I went after the national series back in 2019.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how'd you do?
I won.
Oh, you won the national event?
Yeah, I won the national series in the 40. I was 40 to 44 then. Yeah.
Nice.
So,
awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
That was in 2019.
That was in 2019.
And was that your last national championship? Or have you...
No, actually, there's another race series called OCR Worlds, which was its own series. And they used to put on, they called it OCR NORAMs, which was their North American champs. And that was up in Stratton, Vermont. And I raced that race in 18 and 19, I think. And I won the age group for NORAMs the same year, 2019. So the 15K race. So, yeah, that was a tough one. That's a tough mountain. So,
yeah, it's hard for me sitting over here to even imagine. You know what I mean? And so, like, I guess the best thing that you could do is just explain to us, like, what is that like from the time that I'm assuming there's a start line, like a traditional race, and a gun goes off or a whistle or a timer or something like that. And so just take us through a race, like, you know, what do you encounter for somebody who's like, what is this? I'm kind of interested, but I have no,
nerves.
Yeah.
So scared.
Yeah.
I mean, still, I've done on the books over 130 races just in one series, but you count all the series, I'm probably well over 200 races.
Yeah.
Still nervous as can be every race. I mean, before the start, can't eat. Your stomach's upset. Constantly going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I mean, you just got nerves.
Yeah.
Just nothing but nerves still. And so get up early, get to the venue. I'm a stickler because I got to have everything out of the way so I can focus on what I need to do. So I got to get in the venue as fast as I can. I try to get there about an hour or so before, get bag check, have everything ready that I can start my warm up and change and put my stuff away and get to the start line in time and not have to fret or worry. So, but yeah, it's that and warm up. That's a big thing. Just start slow. And the older I get, the longer the warm ups have to be because these old muscles and bones don't warm up as fast as they did when I was in my 30s.
Yeah,
so
I understand.
But
so every location, the track is unique.
yes.
And then do each are there some of the same obstacles from like track to track, or does every track have its own unique obstacle?
Well, the track itself, it's not really a track. It's just trails. Yeah. Our races, we do have some like fire trails and stuff like access roads, if you want to call them. We run on some of that, but most of our trails are, if you just go out in the middle of the woods and start running, that's pretty much where we run.
Don't they run an ultra on the Laurel
Highlands
Trail?
Yeah.
But this is not a Spartan race?
No.
Okay.
No, that's just a regular trail race.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's on like...
That's competed nationally, right? I mean,
yes.
I think that's 70 miles.
Yes.
And I think I read one time like the winner did that in 13 hours.
It's crazy.
From Oregon or somewhere. Yeah. And that was that year. I don't know if they're still doing it or who's winning it now, but yeah, that's pretty. I like that trail. I've spent some time. Done the first 31 miles of that trail a couple times. But I've never. I want to do all 70, but I still have to go. That's the Laurel Highlands hiking trail that runs from Ohio to Seward and Johnstown, and a lot of terrain change in the first 15 miles from Ohio if you're hiking towards Johnstown.
Yeah, you got to come out of that hole.
Yeah, it is a lot of terrain change, and then it gets a little easier after that.
Well, I think they do a team race for that too.
Okay.
And I wouldn't mind doing that. I'm not a long distance guy, like a long distance guy.
Yeah.
I burn hot, and I'm like a shooting star when I run.
Yeah.
I mean, I burn hot, and then I just, once I get a certain distance, I have a hard time holding it.
It's hard enough hiking it. I can't imagine running it because it's uneven. It's not like running on a road. I mean, there's creeks and bridges and rocks and.
Yeah, and that's more of a groomed trail compared to what we run in Spartan.
Yeah.
Like on our starts, you have to be very careful because sticks, you could get your eye poked out. I mean, because we're running and the first turn or the first bottleneck going into the woods, you got to try to outsprint everybody to get there first or else you're going to be in trouble. Yeah. And then it's just chaos for the first like half mile.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I used to race motocross,
yeah.
You bottleneck into that first turn.
Yep. Now imagine that with
people over before
sticks and rocks and roots and logs and everything else around that you can't see because you got how many people right in front of you and people are just tripping. And I mean, it's crazy.
Do you get to walk the track ahead of time or trip? So it's all blind to you when you go into it, unless you've been there before.
Unless you've been there before and you kind of know roughly where they put you. Now they do like standardized, so they keep using roughly the same trail, so you sort of know what you're doing. Back in the beginning, they found the hardest, nastiest, worst stuff to run through, and they ran us through it. I mean, it was always different.
It's just amazing to me that like people want to put themselves through something like that.
Yeah. For
the sake of competition and sport, it's like
that's what I tell people. I've raced in Florida many a times. Like around here, you can tell me, go jump in that pond. I'd be like, I don't think so. There's snapping turtles and stuff in there. Yeah. You go down in Florida, everything there wants to kill you.
Yeah.
I mean, there's snakes, alligators, crocodiles.
Yeah.
And you used to tell me to go jump in the side of a pond down. No.
Yeah.
But you shoot a gun and say it's time to race, I'll go right to the center of it. Don't even think about it.
There's something a little bit comforting about, 8 other people being in that same pond trying to get through it too. It's like, okay, if there's something in here.
Hopefully it's going to get down.
Yeah. That's why when I swim in the ocean, I like at least a couple other people around me. You know what I mean? Because there's a chance.
There's more bait.
Yeah. More bait.
Yeah, and when it comes to running, it's like you got to be confident in your speed then too.
Yeah.
That you can pull some speed out of your rear end whenever you need to, because if something does pop up, you need to outrun the guy beside you. Yeah.
So where's the closest race to here, to Somerset County?
Somerset County would probably be the Ohio race, which is like right over the border from Pittsburgh.
Okay.
So, yeah.
They're still doing that?
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody hears this and gets a wild hair and wants to try one?
Sign up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they actually have that one. It's at it's an old quarry, but it's an off-road park. that they run bikes and stuff on. And they section a whole half the race off because they actually do an ultra there, which is over 30 miles. And so they have that much running and trail that they section that whole piece off for us and stuff. And it's rough.
And what time of year do they do that?
Spring. So that'll be probably April or May.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see the wheels turning.
Yeah. Sign up because that's going to be, because generally our first race of the year is Charlotte. If I'm not doing any national series or any type of series race, which is usually February in Florida, Charlotte's usually my first race, which is in early April, and that's kind of nice. And then Ohio's right after that, so it'd be probably late April, early May.
Yeah,
is when.
That's my problem. I get interested in everything, you know. Got guy come on teaching us about drones, and I'm like, okay, I want to fly.
I want a drone.
Yeah, right. Now you come on, I'm like, I want to try this race. Yeah.
Well, this is one to try.
Yeah.
And the good thing, like I said, this you can do with the whole family.
Yeah.
It's a fun trip. You can take the family out and let them just see some crazy stuff. I mean, and then they get to watch you do something crazy.
And they have a kids division?
Yes, they have kids races. Yep. They have
like teens or like.
No, I think from like 5-6-year-olds.
Oh wow.
Yeah. They have a whole. Actually, they have a kids world championship, and I'm fortunate enough now. The kids world champ, his name was Grayson West. He was the champ here, I forget, like a year ago, in the kids division, and he moved up into the pros. And I got to race with him this year multiple times. The kid's only 16, 17. So much talent.
Yeah.
I mean, he's grown into himself now because I mean these races are taxing, but so much fun with see these young guys come out and just battle with us and have fun. I mean it's a lot of fun, but it's a good thing for them because they get a good taste of it through the kids race, which makes them even better for ours once they get to the bigger races. So
yeah, because you never know. Like you were introduced to this in a random way.
Yeah,
but. Like you introduce your kids to something like this, you never know. Like you know, sometimes kids are starving for that type of challenge, and you don't know it really until you just never know who's going to say, "Oh, this is awesome. This is for me."
Yeah.
And
well, that's what I often said too. Is what I've been able to access in myself in my late 30s and 40s because I'm 47. I'm going to be 48 here in just like 2 weeks.
Yeah. And you didn't start this till you were what?
I was 34 when I started racing. When I started running. I mean, it was really late. And what I've been able to achieve, imagine if I was a teenager and actually focused myself back then, what I might have been able to do. I mean, the ability that I'm able to access now, it's like, if it was always there, what could I have done whenever I was young? Right. Young.
And I know this is time consuming, and you guys do this as a family, and it's kind of, which is awesome because it's so important to spend time together.
Yes.
And whatever you're doing, if you like to camp, not everybody has to be a Spartan racer.
No.
But we like to travel. We like to we go to my kids' sporting events, if at all possible. I try not to miss anything. Practice whatever. We can't all be at everything, but it's important to spend time together. But so you've been able to your son is and your whole family has raced in an event.
Yeah.
And is any one of them saying okay, I want to maybe take this further? Or?
Well, my son,
is he?
He's right on my heels.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
actually,
he's kind of all in too.
Yeah. I mean, not like all in. It's not a true passion yet for him like it is for me.
Yeah.
But he's damn good.
Yeah.
I mean, because I remember you had to be 14 to run the grown-up race back when I started. By the time he turned 14, he already had 8 races in. He had 2 trifectas because he was 14 for like 3 years, from 12 on. I kept lying on the sheet when we signed him up. Now, I ran every race with him. Yeah. We were out, me and him. But then when he was ready to start the big races on his own, he was more than ready. And now he just, which unfortunately for him, he was doing really great. And then he tore his ACL his senior year. I think it was senior year, high school. Had a complete
in a sporting event or Spartan race.
No, actually, he was. What was he doing? He was playing kickball.
Oh.
Not even kicking. He was out. Somebody kicked. He grabbed it, planted, and went to turn, and it just ripped. So he had something else happen. I think it was
pretty safe.
Yeah. That's what I said. And not.
How do they kids play kickball anymore? That was the best game ever.
I know. Yeah. And when I first heard, I thought, oh, he tried to kick the ball too hard or something. It's like, no, I was out in the outfield. I went to catch it and just turned, and it's so that it must have already been torn and just hanging on by a thread, and it completely tore. He had one or two meniscus tears, ACL, and a MCL was partial. Yeah. So he had to have surgery, and poor kid, he know about the surgeries. We went down to Pittsburgh to that, I think, Bradley group or whatever it is, do the Steelers and stuff. And they talked us out of the cadaver because they said, your body will do much better with your own. Mm-hmm. So we did the patellar tendon. That's what my wife had done. They took the partial. Well, they got through the surgery. My wife and I are in the waiting room like, what the hell's taking so long? Man, and the phone rang, and then when we answered it, it was the doctor. He goes, hey, we have a problem. We took the tendon, got everything ready, anchored to one side, and went to pull it tight, and it pulled through it frayed. So the tendon shot. We need to take another one. Like, okay, what do you take another one? So the poor kid not only lost a third of his patellar tendon, he lost a third of his quad tendon. That's the second one that they took. And then he was young enough, they actually stitched his meniscus tears so they would heal. He actually had a little bit of blood flow there, so they were able to stitch them. But when you have a meniscus stitch tear, you cannot bend your knee for 6 weeks. It has to be perfectly straight. So where an ACL, you could have that fixed and be walking the next day. Mm-hmm. So he had a long time getting back from that. Plus his front chain was weak because he was missing a third of his quad tendon and the patellar. So I didn't think he'd ever be able to really compete again. I mean, I knew he'd be able to run. He'd heal enough that we'd be able to go out and just do a family race and stuff. But kid's amazing. Yeah. I mean, he's back at it, and he moved up to the pro division with me this year. And he was pretty far behind in the beginning of the year. He's right on my heels by the last race. I mean, he's starting to hang really close. That's awesome. He's getting the experience because it's a different type of race from like the age groups up to the pro division. Yeah. We just run. It's a different type of running. There's no letting off. You gotta be touching the flame and staying there, not getting away from it to be able to do well. So,
to me, it sounds like it's a huge commitment to your physical body, your well-being. It's a commitment to your family to be this involved, and it doesn't sound like everybody has to be this involved to even participate in something like this. Yep. But in your case, and maybe in some young people that you've seen, what are some things that you've gained from this that other than winning and the competitions themselves, whether that's physical, mental, or what are some things that like you've taken from these challenges?
Probably the biggest thing is my frame of reference to what hard is different than everybody else's. Yeah. So, and if you break that down and you look at it, I don't want to be a stereotype, but a normal person that doesn't compete or do things like this. For some folks, getting out of bed is hard. It hurts, and it's like the hard part of their day. Some people, teenagers, somebody steals your girl. That's hard. That's life-ending sometimes in teenagers' minds. Yeah. And stuff, to where when you do these races, I know for me and for like my son and stuff, your frame of reference to what hard is changes. My hard used to be a 14-hour day at work. Yeah. And, I mean, breaking your back.
Well, that's so many people. Yeah.
Dig and ditch. Mm-hmm. I mean, all that stuff. Now it's like, no, my hard is 30-degree weather, chest deep in water, getting out and still having 10 miles to run. I did an ultra my first one that I ever did, South Carolina, late in 22 or 23. It's a 30-mile plus race. I've never done one. I never ran over 18 miles up into that point.
So while you're right there, so Spartan has different length races.
Yes, different lengths.
And
So
there's each a name, right?
yeah, there's the sprint, which is the 5K.
Okay.
So it's 3 mile. There's the super, which is the 6 mile, 10K. And there's a beast, which is a half marathon, which is what, 13.2? And then there's an ultra, which is a 30 plus.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are the different. There's a 24-hour race and all kinds of stuff too.
I wanted them to know.
Yeah. Okay.
That,
Yeah. So, and my frame of reference to hard is I've never quit a race at all of these, which is, it's not a watching thing. It's not a thing. It's just for me personally. Every challenge I've ever had, I've tried to persevere through. Never let anything get me to the point that would make me walk off that course. If I had to crawl, and I have some courses, I mean, I've been really hurt. But the ultra is probably the hardest one that I've done because it's a 30-plus mile race.
Yeah.
And it's tough. I mean, your body goes through a lot of weird things once you tax it for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
First, do weird things before I get out of bed.
Yeah. So for me, we started this race. Colby and I ran it together. It was his first one too, so that was such a great thing too. I got to actually experience my first ultra with my son, and he got to experience his with me. And he was right behind me running, and he seen it happen, didn't say anything. I rolled my ankle in the first mile and a half, and I rolled it. I mean, I know injuries, I know how things work. And I rolled it good, and I'm like, oh, man, this is not going to turn out well. A mile and a half into this race, I still got 28 and a half miles to go. How am I going to get this done? And kind of ran through it the first few miles, and then it started to creep up. It must have started to swell and things. I was hobbling by the end of the first lap, which is like 14 miles or so. And Colby was trying to hang back with me and stuff. I'm like, dude, you need to go. Because if you make it into, they call it transition, which is the halfway point. You actually do the whole loop. You go back to the start, and you have a bucket there. You can refill your fuel and stuff, and then you go back out for your second lap to final your thing. If you're in the top 10 of the pro division, you get a penny to wear that shows that you're a top 10 ultra, and those pennies are tough to get. And if you get one, as we were coming in, the race director was there, and he had one penny in his hand, and he looked at us, and I'm like, I pushed Colby, like, you grab it, you get your ass moving and go get this race finished. I said, I'm coming, I'll be behind you. So he didn't want to leave me. So I ended up talking him into it, and I'm like, man, this might be my first DNF. Well, I'll take a few pills before I left, and I thought I'll hobble a little bit and see what happens. Ended up catching him towards the end because poor kid, the wheels fell off on him towards the end too. His body started to break down, started hurting. I caught him on like mile, I think about 24, 25, and I was an absolute wreck. So him and I just walked it in. We finished it off the best we could and finished the race. Yeah. So, but that's my frame of reference to what hard is. Yeah. Rolling your ankle.
Makes some of the things that we call a challenge in life that makes those feel easier.
Yes, and that's what I mean by the frame of reference to what hard is. Because then when you experience everyday challenges throughout your life, no matter what it is, I mean, it's not downplaying anybody's challenge. It is. Everybody has problems. Everybody has things that come up. Everybody has to deal with something. But the question is will you let it be overwhelming or not? Yeah. And for me, it takes a lot to overwhelm me. Yeah. Because of the situations that I've been in. Yeah. And
that's adversity through anything, like.
Yes.
Yeah. When you go through something that's really hard, the little things are not so hard anymore.
Exactly. It makes everyday life so much easier. So it makes me coming back, being a husband, a father, business owner, and everything else, it's so much easier because what I thought was hard before isn't really hard. Yeah. This is hard over here. So it makes mentally being able to deal with these things so much easier. Yeah. And that's what a lot of people need today.
Yeah. Even if it's something small. Yeah. Even if it's just starting small. Going for a 1 mile jog. Hey, I accomplished that. Yeah. That was hard. I did it. Yeah. I feel better. And, that little problem, it's not so bad. Yeah. Or these little things that come my way. I accomplished something already today. You know, and I saw this thing from I think it was a Navy SEAL admiral, whatever. But he said about reason that they make their beds.
Make your bed first thing every morning,
and you've accomplished something.
Yes.
Yeah, I try to preach that to my kids. It doesn't always work, but
but
it's important. Like, you know, you
in time,
something in the beginning. It's that sense of accomplishment. I've done something. I've accomplished something.
Yes.
You know, and then as it grows, it's, you know, whatever it is. But
that's what makes.
Start with a workout, a diet. You know, set a small goal. Whatever. You know, whatever.
Yeah, and that's what makes this sport so great and that's why I tell a lot of racers and stuff, because when you take it to the level that I've taken it, you get into the pro divisions and stuff. It's war. I mean, when we go out, I mean, I can't even explain to people how bad it hurts, how hard. I mean, everybody has to push. Doesn't matter if you're the fittest person in the world or the most unfit. Everybody feels pain, and it hurts. And depending on how hard you can push, it all comes down to how long are you willing to hurt.
Yeah.
And it hurts a lot.
Yeah.
But you're so focused on positioning and points and all this other stuff. I tell these younger guys and stuff, every once in a while, go back and race an open race with the open heat, which is just the masses. These are people that, like you, that just want something different, want to change, want to try something, want to see if they can do it and stuff.
Yeah.
And you go out in that course, and there's thousands of people. I mean, I'm talking South Carolina. I think there was 4,500 to 5,500 racers the first day, and the second day there was almost 4,000. So that's like almost 10,000 people in 2 days in that area that came out to test themselves.
Yeah.
Out of that 10,000 people, competitive racers, that the pros or the age groupers that are really there to compete, we're looking at 200. So the rest are just people just
giving it a shot.
Yeah, just trying to make a difference. Yeah. And when you go out and you race the open heat, you see so many like-minded people, and you get to see
where you started from in a way, you know.
Oh yeah, and it tells me this is why I started this.
Yeah.
Was to do something different, try to achieve something. And you see people, I mean, even like I said, people, they get stuck on a cargo net or something like that, and they're scared to death, and they can't get over it. Even the first family race that we got to do was at South Carolina. The day after my son and I did the ultra, my daughter finally decided she wanted to do a race, like she always did the kids race. She never did a grown-up race. Of course, it's the day after we had to do a 30-mile ultra, and I mean, you talk about sore and pain. So, but I hobbled out there, and we hobbled through, and we did the race as a family. And there's a obstacle called dunk wall. It's called rolling mud into the dunk wall, and they usually take a hoe and they dig a ditch. They take all the dirt and they pile it up in front. Dig a ditch, pile it up in front. They fill those ditches with water.
Yeah.
The very last ditch, they dig deep enough, and they put a blow-up wall floating on top of it that you got to go down and dunk your head under the water, pop out, and then climb out. And South Carolina is all clay.
Yeah.
So in the middle of this, you're orange. I mean, because you got nothing but mud, clay mud all over you. And I remember we were doing the family race. We were getting through it, and we got to the dunk wall, and there was this girl at the dunk wall. She was scared to death. She could not put her head under that wall. She just couldn't do it. She was just standing there, and it's freezing. You're in water up to your chest. And we're trying to coax her and stuff, and finally we go under the wall, my wife and I, and my son. We get out the other side, and my daughter never popped out. I'm like, what's she doing? So I walk around the side of the wall, and I look. She's there with that girl, trying to coax her to go under that wall. My son jumps back in, goes under the wall, and goes back over. I think those two sat there for probably 10 minutes with this girl, and finally got her to go under that wall. And when she popped out, it was like crazy at first. And then she was so happy with herself that she overcome that fear. Yeah. But at the same time, as a dad, it's like, I mean, you're kids.
Yeah. Yeah. You probably couldn't be more proud.
No. Yeah. Rising to the challenge.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, those are the attributes that you want to see in citizens of this country that
yes.
are going to make a difference in some way, whether it's just in their family's life or they do it on a bigger scale. Either way, they're,
And that's why these races are so great, because I didn't have to say anything to my kids. They just naturally were like,
that's awesome.
We need to help this girl.
Yeah.
We got to help her through this. This is, even though it's silly, it's just dunking under things like this wide.
Yeah.
It takes a half a second.
Yeah.
But to her, it was Mount Everest. I mean, it was probably the hardest thing she'd ever done in her life up to that point.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's what's great about these races. It brings that out in people. And then when you finish, you're like, man, I actually did something. I climbed a mountain right there and stuff. So,
well, you have some things you want to show.
Yes, my show and tell time.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
And while you're getting that ready, I will. I have a gift for you, and this is
man.
This is a podcast hat. So
awesome.
You can, if you see others in Somerset County with that hat on, they've been on the show.
There's only 20-some of us, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and there's you can find a place for that sticker.
Well, thank you very much.
Put it on one of your buckets.
I really appreciate it. That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And you gave me a loaf of sourdough, and it's still in the kitchen, but it looks like the real deal. And this is another thing I didn't know about Dustin, is that he is a proficient sourdough maker.
Yes, that's my...
Dude, I'm going to toast a piece of it.
I call my sourdough baking is my love language.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, that's another side of me down this whole thing is a whole different layers, the health thing. So,
yeah.
One thing I've learned as a contractor is that I'm only as good as the materials I use or the people I work with. That's why I go to SDC Building Center in Somerset. They've got everything I need for my jobs, from framing lumber, trim, drywall, insulation, siding. No matter what I'm doing, they've got it. And if I've got a problem, they'll always help me find the best solution and track down the answers I'm looking for. So whether you're a contractor like me or a do-it-yourselfer, stop in and see the experts at SDC Building Center today.
But another thing about Dustin I did not know, he was a Spartan racer, and he makes sourdough.
Yeah.
It's like you'd think your painter.
Yeah, and then he's a sourdough maker.
Yeah,
and he
so
has
these are the things that you never know.
And my starter's Frank.
Yeah,
and Frank's a strong man. He got himself nice and hefty, and he makes great bread. So
if you're into sourdough, maybe you want to go down. Maybe there's an underlier in sourdough makers that they like Spartan races or something. So to my wife,
changes your gut around. So. Yeah.
So what do you got in there?
Some show and tell.
Yeah.
Because people always ask. Yeah. When you race,
that was going to be my first question.
A lot of people ask, "What kind of shoes do you wear and stuff?" Because regular shoes,
I was thinking
you're going to die.
When I was watching.
I mean, you're going to hurt. You're going to slip. You're going to fall.
Soccer cleats or something. But how do you run?
They're not soccer cleats.
Yeah.
They're called fell running shoes.
Oh, that's light.
So with this is a light one.
Yeah.
And this is a high end race shoe right there.
Okay.
And the lugs on it are rubber. It's like a glorified sock.
Yeah.
But these are our race shoes. Innovate is a company from England that started out for fell running. And if you don't know, fell running is actually racing down mountainsides, like straight down, like steep mountainsides. That's what fell running is. And they needed to make a shoe.
Oh, did you see the Netflix thing with the cheese
With the
wheel?
cheese, yeah. Yeah, now imagine that without a piece of cheese, but like thousands of feet going down. That's what fell running is.
Cheese rolling or something like that.
That's that wheel with people breaking arms and legs. And
that's nasty.
Yeah. So, I wanted to bring a pair of shoes to show so you all can see.
So just don't go out there with your regular running shoes on.
No.
You're going to bit pretty hard.
And don't wear soccer shoes or baseball cleats or anything else. Hard cleats, these are soft rubber.
Yeah.
And you see how they're very spread apart.
Yeah.
The mud can't hold in them. Regular cleats and stuff are too close. They cake with mud and it doesn't come out.
Yeah.
So these are our race shoes. They're super light, 210 grams. That's it. So, yeah. Now, show you a lot of people, races are all about the medals.
Yeah.
So, every race you do, there is a finisher medal. Now, I'm not a fan of participation trophies.
Yeah, right.
The new buzzword for the modern day. But when you do these races, you truly accomplish something when you complete it.
Yeah.
Now, you can't walk off and quit the race halfway and get any of this stuff. But there is medals that when you complete the race, you get the medal. Yeah. And this is what you're there for. And I brought some medals from different races, and then I brought some of my special medals that I've worked hard to get. And
go through
world champ. So
that's cool.
So the first one, let's bring out. This is another race series called Savage Race, and this is one of their medals.
Oh, sweet.
That you get, and I think this one you gotta. It's a syndicate medal, so I think you got to race like three races to get that medal.
Yeah, very cool. 2021.
So, yep. And then this is the age group Masters Champion Axe. So it's a golden axe for the first place Masters champ. So in Savage Race, everybody starts out, all the competitive racers, age group and pros, start in one heat. First three that cross the finish line are the top 3 pros. Everybody else after that starts the age group brackets.
Okay.
So this is given to the fastest 40-plus athlete. So that's the Masters division.
Okay.
Pretty much.
They call it the
so.
Master. I like that they give it a name. Like
Now,
if you're not 40-plus, you're a master.
You're a Masters. Yeah,
right.
So now, if you win the race overall, you get a full-size axe. I mean, it's one of the most awesome things. It's literally like a lumberjack axe.
That's cool.
It's so awesome. Yeah. So, this is another race series called Bone Frog, which rest in peace. It was around for a good while, went away, came back for a year. I got the race one.
So is this a series within Spartan?
No,
or
these are all different. These are OCR races, so obstacle course races. So, and then this one is one of my favorite races, and rest in peace, Indian Mud Run.
Oh, okay.
This was a race out in Coshocton, Ohio.
These are legit medals. They're
yes,
not like,
they're not cheap.
They put a lot of thought into this, I can tell.
Yep.
Yeah, there's some weight there.
This race is one of the most insane races I've ever raced in my life. There's a fella, his name's Hubie. He puts it on. He's in his 60s. I think he's still in his 60s. Fit as can be, still races.
Wow.
Top in his class. He put a race on, and anybody who's raced that race and finished it, you're somebody.
Yeah.
Because that race was probably one of the most insane, hardest, dangerous races I've ever raced.
Wow. Where was it? Where did this take place?
That was in Coshocton, Ohio.
Okay.
Which is right above... What's right in the center of Ohio, pretty much.
Okay.
So, now, the first year I raced
I don't know what's over there. Dayton, Columbus.
Yeah, it's like Cincinnati. Northeast of Columbus.
Yeah.
Or, no, Cincy. Northeast of Cincy.
Okay.
So, actually, northeast of Cincy, northwest of Columbus. Columbus is in the middle, Cleveland's up north.
Yeah.
So,
I don't have a Jamie. I can't say pull it up.
Now, I finished 5th in the pro division the first year.
Yeah.
And that was what I got.
Oh, nice.
And that was actually made. The reason it's called Indian Mud Run is the locals is a very large Indian tribe.
Yeah.
And he would pay the local Indians to make the awards for us.
Yeah.
So that's an actual tomahawk made by the local tribe.
And first thing I feel when I pick that up is it's weighted right.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's like,
it's
actually
crazy.
Weighted for, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's actually made by an Indian tribe. So that's a ceremonial tomahawk.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that was a really cool prize.
Yeah, I guarantee you.
Now we'll get into the Spartan stuff. Sorry, it's probably loud on the thing. So this is, I just brought these just to show the different medals. I said about the different races, right?
Yeah.
There's the sprint. So that's a medal for the 5K sprint.
Okay.
And then the blue is the super. So that's a medal for the 10K super.
Yeah.
And then green.
Super, 10 kilometers, 25 obstacles.
Yep. And then the beast is green.
So, like in a 10K with 25 obstacles, about how far apart are...
Depends on the race. Usually they... when it comes to racing, in the beginning they do easy stuff like walls or hurdles and stuff just to help
stuff, a wall.
thin. Well, it's to help thin the thin the group so
Yeah.
that you don't come up to monkey bars and have like 80 people all at one time trying to get across them. So they usually put a lot of stuff out in the middle. Sometimes you might go 200 meters. Sometimes you might go a mile between stuff. Yeah. But then they usually backload it at the very end. It's just one thing after another after another. So it's like sometimes it's like 7 or 8 different things, one after another, right at the very end that just wreck you because you're already wrecked from the race. Yeah. And then trying to finish it off and you're already taxed and tired. So, and then there's a stadium medal, which is a stadium race. Okay. So they'll do the 5K sprints at baseball stadiums. And stuff. So you can actually go and they run you all over the bleachers, down in the locker rooms and stuff. So that's a stadium option.
Oh, that's I would have never imagined that.
Yeah, and then this is when you do an ultra, you get a belt buckle, just like a regular ultra trail race. Yeah. So that's my buckle that I got in South Carolina. Nice. So that's a 30+ mile ultra buckle. Wow. So then this is then you also get a trifecta medal. So a trifecta is when you do a sprint, a super, and a beast all in one year. And if you see on those medals, the other ones, they have those little wedges. Yeah. 3 of those wedges will fit together, and they make your one-time trifecta medal. Okay. Well, then if you do 6 races, if you do 2 of them, you get a 2 times trifecta special medal. And they keep getting bigger the more that you do. Yeah. There's people that have done like 30 races, 30 trifectas, which is 90 races in 1 year. And it's like a dinner plate. It's like this big. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. I mean, it's like Flavor Flav walking around with the clock. Yeah. Is what it is. So, and that's what people chase.
Dude, they should make a challenge where you got to carry all your medals around the whole race. Oh, yeah. You know, you got some weight here. If there was any question about how into this you are, I'm a true believer.
Well, this isn't. Well, if you'd see, I mean, I just have boxes of stuff. That, I mean, I put up all my stuff up until 19, and everything from 19 on is in boxes. I had to dig through stuff to get some of these out. So
that's awesome.
Then they have special trifecta medals that if you complete a trifecta in one weekend, so if you run a sprint, super, and a beast between a Saturday and a Sunday, that's a special venue medal. Because people love medals. I mean, people love this. Then you can go home on Monday. Yeah. You can show it off, take pictures, social media. Yeah, right. And that's what they really thrive on is.
Yeah, it's just something, this is a medal. And in that bag, it means nothing. But
to you personally.
You who have accomplished something, it's just it's that.
Like the story with that one.
There's a story, like you're saying. Like you handed me that one and you said about that was the hardest thing race that you'd ever done. There's a story behind every one of them.
I had to win a world championship to get that medal. That's my West Virginia trifecta weekend medal.
Spartan World Championship. Okay.
So.
And then you did that. So.
That was.
Is this the most significant? You think?
No. Okay. No. They get better as they go down. Okay.
So he's a world national champion, world champion.
These are my world champion trifecta individual race medals. So the trifecta world championship is a weekend where you race. Sorry, I got a handful here for you. You race all 3 races over a 3-day span, and it's world championship. So people come from all over the world, and you're racing against them. So Friday we race the sprint. Saturday you come back and race the super, and then Sunday you race the beast. And there's top finishers for each race. You get a medal for that race. It's not the world championship, but you either win or second place or whatever in the world championship sprint and all this. Then your time, you add up the time of all 3 races, and the lowest time is the world champ. So when I did the trifecta world champs this year, I won the sprint, I won the super, and I took second place in the beast, and my overall was more than enough to win the world championship in my age group. So those are the 2 world championship individual race medals.
So that's 40 miles in a weekend when you do all 3, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was a bunch. It was. Those were a little long. Actually, the sprint was like 4, a little over 4. The super was about 7, and the beast was like 14. So the beast was tough. And when it comes to Trifecta World Championships, they make each race harder. So they put about a 400-meter swim in the very first race, but it was in every race. So you had to swim, you had to put on a vest, swim out to an island, do the spear throw, hope you hit it, because if you miss a spear throw, it's 30 burpees, and then swim back to shore, take the vest off, and start running. You still have the rest of the race to go. We had to do that every day.
How many people compete in a race like that?
That race, there was probably, oh my goodness, it was probably 14,000 people throughout that weekend.
And you're one.
Yeah, in my age group.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, my overall time.
That's awesome, man.
I would have run pro, but I had to take a year off the year before because of my knee, and I wasn't sure where my fitness was going to be, if I'd even be able to do 3 days in a row, so I ran age group. But if I would have ran pro, I think I would have finished 11th in the world with my time, with my overall time. So, yeah, but in my age group, I won the 45 to 49-year-old age group, and then the totals, the overalls, I think I was 4th over all age groups. Yeah.
And do people come from all over
yes.
to do this?
Yeah, actually, I met a fella, his name's Ray. He's from Spain.
Yeah.
Amazing athlete and a great guy, great family guy. Then there was another guy from the Czech Republic, which was a beast. He was a big dude, too. He was like a NFL freakish guy. We start line. I looked like a toy to this guy. Yeah. And I thought, oh yeah, I'm gonna catch him by the first mile because I'm small. I'm pretty fast, so I'm able to catch things up. I lost him within the first mile, all 3 races, and couldn't catch him. He was just unbelievable for his size. He was awesome. A big dude. He was in the 40 to 44-year-old age group though. But yeah. And these are, well, we'll get back. This is the other. Remember me telling you about the OCR Worlds, which was a different race series. And they had Worlds over in England and different places, and I was trying to get to it. And then they brought it stateside back in 21, and it was up at Stratton, Vermont, where they had the NORAMs the prior year. So I went up, and I raced that race. And they do a 3K race, which is like a 2-mile, and then they do a 15K. And the obstacles that are in this race are hard. A lot of regular racers don't go to this race because they can't do the actual obstacles. They're very, very hard and very crazy, some of them. This was my first world championship that I won. I went up there and raced in the 3K and the 15K. I won both of those races, but I also, in the age groups, but I also took first over all age groups in both races. Wow. So I was an old man. I still remember there was this Danish guy there, young guy. He was in his late 20s, early 30s, and he came from Denmark, I think is the Danish. Yeah. Came from there, and he had a hard time speaking. It was a kind of a language barrier, but he came up to me on the second day, and he's like, he goes, hey, this is like a short version of it. He's like, I flew 5,000 miles to get my butt kicked by a 40-plus-year-old man. And it warmed my heart, actually. Yeah. I mean,
you didn't know how much of a compliment that was.
Yeah. So, but it's true world championships and stuff. So, but these are some of the OCR world medals, which are really nice. And then
they are nice.
With worlds, these bands, it's crazy how they can make a rubber band so important. To keep this band, you have to complete every obstacle. You can't fail anything. With them, it is if you fail something, you have to start it over and do it again. You can't move on in that race unless you complete all the stuff. If you decide not to, they cut your band and take it. Yeah. So they make this piece of rubber so coveted just because of that.
Do you see a lot of military in these events?
Yes. Because they crave camaraderie, they crave challenges and stuff, and this is a great place. We have a lot of that. Actually, one of my good friends in racing, somebody I look up to, Cole DeRosa is his name. He's 50 or 51 now, and we're still neck and neck. And he was a Army Ranger, lifetime. Yeah. They actually pulled, I think the story went, it was in his early 40s, and they finally pulled him off of active duty and put him in SOCOM down in Florida and stuff, but he's still
Yeah.
Still racing.
So you've met some incredible people doing this.
Incredible people.
Yeah.
I got friends from all over the world, which
That's
is
awesome.
So cool.
Which was another benefit that you probably didn't see coming in the beginning.
Yes. Yeah. I didn't realize how many people. I mean, I have a good friend from Georgia, the country, Georgia. Mm-hmm. And the stories that he told me about growing up, he's about my age. Yeah. Crazy. I mean, we have it nice.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
So yeah, you get to meet people from everywhere. And the good thing about it is it might go a few months from seeing them. As soon as you see them, it's like best friends. It's like you just seen them the day before.
Oh, I mean, well, it's like you build camaraderie by going through difficult things together.
Yes.
You know, as a family, when you do that, you come out stronger, and you go through some of this, these races with people, and you're competing against each other, but at the same time, you're doing it together.
Yes.
And you come out and
when we race, during the race, it's war. Yeah. Now, you never root against somebody. You're cheering everybody on as you're going, but you're out there to battle.
Yeah.
And you want to beat somebody. You don't want to beat them because they broke themselves. You want to beat them because you broke them.
Yeah.
And as soon as the race is over, everybody's best friends.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just how
cool.
It's a whole different type of thing than sports like when we were younger.
Yeah, like there's that better than you attitude.
No, because we
doing something really hard.
Yes.
And you've all accomplished it, and you kind of have a sense of common ground when it comes to that.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's the one thing, when you go out, that's what you want. You want to find the monster in everybody, so that when you do win, it's like, I beat you at your best today. Mm-hmm. Let's see what happens next time.
Yeah.
And let's see how far we can push each other next time. See who's going to break first. And it's a different type. I say it's a weird way to look at it. Yeah. But that's what we thrive on.
Right. Well, anybody that's willing to put themselves through that, you guys all have to have something in common. Like,
we're all a little odd. Yeah. Yeah, we're all a little odd.
Yeah. You get some a high off of the suffering and the challenge, and it really comes from that accomplishing something that was difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I think, like you said, a lot of our military thrive on that camaraderie and the challenge. And so this is the...
so that's the 2019 National Age Group Championship overall winner from that. Because I had to race down in Florida, Alabama, Seattle, Big Bear, California, and Salt Lake City to win that.
That thing is heavy.
Yeah, a couple more. And this is one of my overalls from one of the pro divisions. This was from this year in Asheville. That's where I won the whole race. And this is it, last two. This is my first overall that I ever won. Took me that many years to finally win a race. My first overall win was in 23. And then this is my world championship trifecta. I'll take this if you want me to.
Where in West Virginia do they do this?
That was just north of Beckley.
Okay.
If you're familiar with where the Boy Scout camp is.
No.
It's the National Boy Scout camp down there.
Was that like...
Glen Jean is, I think, the...
Like Davis, Thomas, West Virginia, like Petersburg, like in that area?
No, it'll be if you hit Morgantown and go directly south.
Okay.
Beckley's only probably 40 miles away from the southern border.
Okay.
So yeah, it's like the whole way down to the bottom. Beautiful country though.
Oh.
I mean, in the venues, just gorgeous.
Wow,
I mean,
wonderful. I'm sure they got some wild races.
And it's a huge venue. I mean, it's the National Boy Scout camp, so they're used to like housing or putting up thousands and thousands of people from the nation, from the Boy Scouts and stuff. I mean, it's such an amazing place.
Yeah.
So
that's incredible.
But yeah. So that's
well. You're extremely accomplished, and you got to be incredibly proud of that. I know you're proud of your kids and your wife for trying it, but I'm sure that they're proud of you. And like, you set off in the beginning to change something about yourself that maybe you didn't, you knew you needed to do something, and that's really impressive. I'm just impressed that you stuck with it and still stick with it. You found like...
It's a passion. I mean, to get to the level that I'm at, it has, because I had to, before I did this, I golfed and did all kinds of stuff, watched TV and things like that. And I had to give up everything, because there was a few things I couldn't give up. I can't give up my business, and I won't give up my family.
Yeah.
So I need to make the time for the family and the business, and then I had to keep giving things up the more I had to train.
Yeah.
So then I'd have to give up so much more because I still have to have family time, still have to have business time and stuff. So
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like you don't have to give up everything. Yeah. Like the problem is people are afraid to try something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where you obviously got so many benefits out of doing this.
Yeah.
You know, not just, you know, these awesome numerous medals.
Well, yeah,
but the friends.
That's just the glossy stuff.
Right,
yeah.
I know, but it's like there's a story behind each one, and
Yeah.
they provide memories.
Yeah.
And maybe your family was at that one with you, or they raced with you at that one, and you say you were just like same as a picture. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's like I remember when we did that together, and
yeah,
I just encourage people to try. I mean, you've inspired me.
I appreciate it. I hope to see you out there.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll run a lap in the backyard in the snow first, and we'll see how that goes.
Well, anytime you want to train, you just got to give me a buzz. I have a full gym. I have all the stuff.
Yeah.
I usually go over to the school, and I'm going to try to talk to some of the school runners and see if they want to come over and train a little differently than what they do for.
You know, I'm at the mindset now that like time is short, life goes by fast. And
Yes.
the kids are already how old? I can't believe that has happened. You know, and I tend to I'm like you. We're trying to run a business, trying to provide for my family.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't don't neglect your wife, time with her, time with your kids.
Yeah.
Because you can do that very easily.
Very easily.
It's easy to take for granted the things that you have, and it's like find what challenges you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for some people, the challenge could be just making time for family.
Yeah.
And start there. And then go down that road together. Become a better husband, become a better father, become a better person in your own eyes.
Yes.
And
the biggest thing is one of the reasons that, like, if you go back to me saying about when I was a kid,
mm-hmm.
The only one I had to look up to was my brother. Good guy.
Yeah.
Bad time to be looking up to him because he was just winging it too.
Yeah, right.
Where it's why I wanted to make it that kids need to look up to somebody. It doesn't matter who they are. Give them somebody to look up to so they don't look up to the wrong person.
Yeah.
But if you're not there, you're absent, they're going to look up to somebody.
Yeah.
And it might not be who you want them to look up to. It might not be a great one for them to see. So why not take that out? Give them somebody to look up to. You don't got to preach. You don't got to push or anything.
Yeah.
Just lead from the front.
Yeah.
Don't lead from the back.
Yeah.
The greatest leaders in history led from the front.
Yeah.
And that's a simple way to do it. And the other thing is what I had to realize about business was, I can sacrifice my entire family and all this time to make this business work, go, and all that. I die within a month. The business is gone.
Yeah.
It's not a life-changing, world-changing business that people are going to remember me by it.
Yeah.
But my kids?
Yeah. You've given them something to look up to and remember you by.
Well, plus, that's what really how well you do with that is what you leave this world.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah.
That's what you need to focus on.
As a culture, focus on the wrong thing when it comes to a legacy.
Business is going to disappear.
Yeah.
But your kids and your family, depending on how you raise them and how close they are, that's what's the true measure.
I don't want them to ever say, "Oh, he was a putz, he didn't do anything," or you want them to be proud of you. And with daughters, I'm trying to show them the right kind of guy.
Yes.
That they, look up, that they will look up to.
Yes. And the type of husband or man that you need them to find.
Right.
And it's tough.
Yeah. And that's a prayer of mine constantly, so I don't think it's never too soon to start praying for that young man or woman that your son or daughter might meet and find, and to help that process. But be the kind of man that you would like them to be with.
Yes.
And treat your wife the way you want their husband to treat them.
Exactly.
Vice versa.
Because whatever they see you do, you create the world around your children.
Yeah.
The only world and that they know is whatever you create around them.
Yeah.
So if you let it be chaos, that's what they think is normal.
Yeah.
But if you can make normalcy what we think is normal as normal, then, I mean, you take care of your family, you take care of your mother, you take care of folks around you and stuff. Because that's what, in the beginning, like my mom, I really had to make sure that my mom's good and stuff. And you sit and think about, why? Well, I want my son to see that. So if I die, I know my wife's going to be fine.
Right. Yeah.
That he'll always be there.
Yeah.
That he knows this is what you have to do.
Yeah.
This is how it's supposed to be. So, yeah, you don't have to tell anybody or anything else. You do it, and it's amazing how these kids are sponges. You don't have to preach to them. You don't got to do anything. They just naturally see what you do, and that's what they think that's how it's supposed to be done.
Well, you've created a value system in your family.
Yeah, I tried,
And we all are, whether we realize it or not. It's just, what do we value, and what is our priority. But because in the beginning, I needed Gina to save me in the beginning, and then the second time I realized that she couldn't, that I had to save myself the second time. Yeah. So that's when, thank goodness I course corrected when I did, because that person I was, my kids don't know him. Yeah. They see pictures of me before. They don't know who it is. Yeah. They don't remember me at all, and I can't say how happy I am that I seen it early enough and I corrected it before I lost them. Yeah. That I made a difference then. Yeah, you have inspired hope you're inspiring your children, and maybe many others, and maybe just by your story, and I hope. Yeah, that's awesome. I can't think of a better way to capitalize on this than that. It really is inspiring, and I'm just glad that I got to, that I found this out, and we got to sit down and talk about it a little bit. And sorry, I ramble on a bit once I start talking Spartan. That's what this is for. You know what I mean, it's a conversation. It's not. But all the stories, they have so much meaning. A lot of them, it's like you just got to play things out a little bit and see what happens. And it's amazing the treasures and the fruit that are at the end of some things that you think are just awful. Yeah. But if you just stick it out a little bit and see what happens, it's so fruitful. Yeah, don't give up. Try something, and try not giving up, and don't be afraid to fail. Even in business, just don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to, I mean, I've heard people say that one of my favorite podcasters, who's now the deputy FBI director, he wrote a book on the lessons of failure. Bongino? Yeah. I loved his podcast, and then he went off to work for, which we hopefully help change the world a little bit. Yeah, right. But there's tons of cool people out there to look up to, and doing awesome work, awesome activities like this, and what Dustin's done is inspiring, and I hope that people see this, and I hope that some people find out about Spartan racing that never knew about it, and and if nothing else, maybe some people find out something about you that they didn't know, like I did. But I greatly appreciate you taking the time to share with us. I appreciate you having me here. I mean, as I said, anytime I get to babble on about stuff, and we'll update you if I try this. Yes, hopefully we'll see you at Ohio. Yeah. And anybody else that decides, please, I'm at most of the races that are drivable within 8 hours. I'm usually there throughout the year. So that being said, is there a way, like, do you have social media that you'd like to share? So if somebody give you a message on that they could be like, hey, I'm kind of interested, I'm from down the street. Mm-hmm. Can you tell me about this? Or Instagram is Livengood OCR, and just my name for Facebook. Facebook, I only do pretty much sports stuff. I don't do too much personal stuff on there. Same thing with the gram. I just mostly sports things and all that. I'll tag it in when I put it on social media, so that appreciate it. And then you can. If somebody has a question for Dustin, message me. Yeah, that'd be cool. And I hope all your Spartan friends see this, and your FCR friends. I'm sure there'll be a few that'll be interested to see. Yeah, that'll be awesome. Yeah. So, hey, I greatly appreciate it, Dustin. Same here. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks again to SDC Building Center for sponsoring this episode of the Route 281 podcast. Stop in and see them today. Check out the Ace Hardware store. You just might find that perfect gift for that special someone. Thanks for checking out this episode of the Route 281 podcast. If you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow us on Spotify. See you next time.